It was raining, and she didn't even bring an umbrella. Typical Marina. Always dramatic when it came to Sophia. Always chasing storms when everyone else ran for shelter. She stood in the middle of the parking lot outside the gallery, soaked to the skin, mascara bleeding into the rain. She didn't care. Not about her makeup, not about the cold, not about the way the doorman stared at her like she'd lost her mind. She probably had. Because tonight, after 8 years of silence, she was going to make Sophia speak. Marina took the stairs instead of the elevator because part of her hoped the climb would wear her down, maybe knock some sense into her, maybe make her turn around and go back home. But she didn't. She couldn't. Not when her heart was pounding like this, like something inside her already knew it was the end of something, or the beginning of everything. Sophia lived on the 6th floor, in a small apartment that reeked of restraint. Everything about her life had become small, measured, quiet, cold. Marina had only been inside once in all those years. A brief visit for a mutual friend's birthday that had ended in silence, stiff smiles, and Sophia disappearing into the kitchen to avoid eye contact. She'd barely looked at Marina since. But tonight would be different. It had to be. Marina stood in front of the door, drenched, trembling, and furious with herself for still shaking at the thought of Sophia's face. She raised her hand, knocked once, twice, then a third time, louder. A pause. Then soft footsteps. The door opened. There she was. Sophia. Hair shorter now, darker too, but those eyes, God, those eyes, still held the same depth Marina had fallen into 100 times before. They were haunted now. Guarded. But still hers. Sophia didn't say a word. Of course she didn't. Marina swallowed hard. Hi. Silence. I'm not here to make you talk. That was a lie. I need to say something. And then I'll go. Sophia stepped back. Let her in. Marina crossed the threshold like she was stepping onto sacred ground. The air was still, heavy. The curtains drawn. The walls lined with books, candles, sketches. And a painting unfinished of a woman's back, naked, looking over her shoulder. The curve of her spine was unmistakable. It was Marina. You've been painting me, she whispered. Sophia closed the door. Still silent. Still watching. Marina turned to face her. I know why you stopped talking to me. I didn't, not at first. I thought I'd done something wrong. I thought maybe you hated me. Her voice cracked. But I know now. I know everything. Sophia's eyes flickered. Just for a second. I know what you are. And just like that, the silence thickened, tangled around them like smoke. Marina took a step closer. You're not hiding it very well anymore, you know. The way you never come out during the full moon. The way your eyes glow when you're angry. The scars that weren't there before. The silence. Her voice broke, softer now. I know you love me. I know you always did. Just like I loved you. Just like I still do. Sophia's breath hitched. Her hands curled into fists. And I know why you stopped. Why you left. Why you won't touch me. Why you won't speak. You think it'll protect me. That if you pretend not to love me, you can keep me safe. Sophia turned her face away. But Marina wasn't done. Not even close. You think I'm weak? That I need your silence to save me? That I can't choose the danger that comes with loving you? Her voice rose, thunder behind it. 8 years, Sophia. 8 years of watching you flinch when I got too close. 8 years of feeling your eyes on me when you thought I wasn't looking. 8 years of pretending we weren't everything to each other. She stepped forward again, closing the space. Well, I'm done pretending. And you can't stop me from saying this. I love you. I have always loved you. And I'm not going to let you erase me from your life to protect me from something I haven't even seen. Sophia's eyes were glassy now. She looked like she wanted to scream, or run, or cry, or kiss her. Marina didn't touch her. She wouldn't. But she lowered her voice, made it soft like a wound. Tell me you don't love me. Say it. Look me in the eyes and say it, and I'll walk away. I swear. The silence stretched, cracked. Sophia's mouth opened, then closed again. She shook her head. But then Marina saw it, the tear. Just one, slipping down her cheek like the first drop before a flood. And in that second, Marina knew she wasn't going to walk away.
Not now.
Not ever. Marina didn't move. Neither did Sophia. The space between them crackled, too tight to breathe, too wide to cross. One tear, one drop of truth sliding down Sophia's cheek, betraying the ocean she kept locked inside.
But still she didn't speak.
Her lips were pressed into a thin, trembling line, and her chest rose and fell in shallow, broken waves. Marina's heart thudded.
Loud. Certain.
I'm not leaving, she said again, voice low now. Not until you say it. Not until I hear the truth. Something flickered in Sophia's eyes. Fear? Anger? Longing? She turned abruptly and walked into the kitchen, her movements sharp, controlled. Too controlled, like a dam on the verge of breaking. Marina followed, slower, every step a silent dare. The kitchen was spotless, clinical. No warmth. No signs of life. Except one mug half full, still steaming.
Chamomile.
You still drink this when you're anxious, Marina said, leaning against the counter. Sophia froze. Her back was to Marina, but her shoulders tensed at the words. I remember everything about you. No response. Just silence and the sound of rain on the windows. Marina let out a shaky breath. You were never good at hiding. Not from me. That did it. Sophia spun around, her eyes flashing gold for a split second. Barely there, but Marina saw it. Felt it. That otherworldly heat that pulsed beneath her skin. There it is, she whispered. The wolf. Sophia's nostrils flared. Her jaw clenched so tightly Marina thought it might snap. Her fists trembled at her sides, like her body wanted to shift, to change, to scream, and she was forcing it still with every shred of willpower left. Marina stepped closer, closing the space between them until they were only inches apart. She could feel the heat coming off Sophia's body. Wild. Electric. Her own breath caught. Say something, she whispered.
Please.
Sophia's lips parted. No sound came out. But her eyes, gods, her eyes were burning. Marina reached up, slowly, brushing a damp curl from Sophia's forehead. She expected her to flinch, to pull away, but she didn't. She leaned in, ever so slightly. Do you feel it? Marina murmured. Because I do. Even now. Like a pull. Like gravity. Sophia's hand twitched at her side, like she wanted to touch her back. But then, like a wave crashing against stone, she turned her face and stepped away. Marina stood frozen. You think this is protecting me? She said, louder now, harsher. This silence? This pretending? You're wrong. You're hurting me. You're hurting you. And for what? Sophia turned, and for the first time, Marina saw it. The way her pupils dilated, the way her spine seemed to stretch like something beneath the surface was trying to surface. She was fighting it, and losing. Marina's breath caught. Is it the moon? She whispered. Is it close? Sophia nodded.
Barely.
A flicker. Then she brought both hands to her face, breathing hard, trying to stay grounded. When? Marina asked. When is it full? Sophia looked at her then. Really looked. Her lips moved. And for the first time in 8 years, Marina heard her voice. A whisper. Raspy. Painful. Tomorrow. Marina's knees almost buckled. That voice. After all these years, it was still the most beautiful sound in the world. You spoke, she said, tears in her eyes. You need to go, Sophia interrupted louder now.
Please.
Her voice was like gravel and smoke. You don't understand what's coming. Then make me understand. Marina begged. Don't shut me out again.
Not now.
Not when we're finally. If I feel too much, Sophia snapped, her voice raw. They'll feel it too. That's how it works. That's what I've been hiding. Marina blinked. Who? Sophia's jaw clenched. The pack. The room seemed to shrink. Marina stared at her. You mean if you let yourself feel love, they can trace it? Sophia nodded once. They don't need to know where I am. Just that I've bonded. If I let myself love you, really love you, the bond activates. And they'll come. Marina swallowed hard. To hurt you. To kill me, Sophia said simply. And you, too. You'd be tainted. They'd see it as a betrayal of our kind. Loving a human. Her voice broke on the word. Human. Like it pained her. Like she wished Marina wasn't. So you left me, Marina whispered. To protect me. Sophia nodded. And now I'm begging you to walk away again. Please, Marina. For both our sakes. Marina stepped forward. One step. Then another. Until she was right in front of her again. I don't care what they do. I don't care if the whole world burns. I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of this. Of not loving you. Of losing you again. Of you disappearing behind silence and never coming back. You don't know what you're saying, Sophia said, her voice trembling. You don't know what I am. I don't care what you are, Marina said fiercely. You are mine. For a second, Sophia's eyes flashed again.
Gold. Hungry.
And then she did the one thing Marina never expected. She kissed her. It wasn't soft. It wasn't tender. It was desperate. Uncontrolled. 8 years of silence, shattering all at once. Marina kissed her back like her life depended on it. Maybe it did. But just as suddenly, Sophia pulled away, gasping. Her eyes wide. Terrified. No, she whispered. No, no, no. She stumbled back, clutching her chest. I felt it. Felt what? Marina asked. But she already knew. The bond. The pulse of something ancient and powerful snapping into place. It's too late, Sophia whispered. They know. Thunder cracked outside. The storm had only just begun. Sophia backed away like Marina had struck her. Her hands trembled as they pressed against the wall behind her, eyes flickering with something primal. Fear, fury, need. Marina tried to steady her breathing, tried to hold onto the last thread of control she had, but the energy in the room had shifted.
It was thicker now.
Charged. Like the very air had snapped into a different shape and reality with it. The kiss still burned on her lips, but it was the look in Sophia's eyes that turned everything inside her to fire and ice. What do you mean they know? She asked, even though she already felt the answer deep in her bones. How could they? The bond isn't just emotional, Sophia said, her voice raw, almost not hers. It's spiritual, physical, ancient. It was asleep, dormant, until now. She ran both hands through her hair, pacing. I felt it. It woke up the second I touched you like that. The second I let myself feel it. Marina stepped forward, her heart pounding. Then we run. Tonight.
Now.
We leave the city, go anywhere. You think they haven't hunted deserters before? Sophia snapped. You think I'm the first to fall in love with a human and try to disappear into the world? Her laugh was short and bitter. They always find us. That's what the bond is for. That's why it exists. Once it's awakened, they can trace the pulse of it like blood in water. So what? Marina's voice rose, sharp with desperation. We just, what? Wait here to die. Sophia turned to her, her eyes glowing again, golden heat sparking from within. I'm not letting them touch you. Her voice was low now, dangerous in its certainty. They'll have to go through me first. Marina stepped forward until they were face to face again. You're not doing this alone, Sophia. Not again. I'm not going anywhere. For a moment, the tension between them softened, just barely, but it didn't last. Sophia jerked away from her again, walking to the window, yanking the curtains open to stare out into the storm. They'll come by morning, she whispered. Maybe sooner. They travel through the ley lines.
They're fast.
Too fast. So teach me, Marina said. Sophia turned. What? Teach me how to fight them. Or how to run. Love what you've seen so far and want to help me keep creating these awesome stories on this channel? Then subscribe and hit the bell. Your subscription supports the channel and makes sure you get more exciting stories. Or whatever the hell we need to do to survive. You've kept me in the dark all these years, and look where it got us. If we're going to die, I'd rather die beside you than live another 8 years in silence. Sophia stared at her. Then, slowly, her expression shifted. Something cracked. Something ancient and aching and vulnerable. You're not dying, she said. Not tonight. Not ever. Then stop pretending I'm not strong enough to handle the truth, Marina said. Because I've already survived the worst thing you could have done to me. You left. The words landed like a slap, but Sophia didn't deny them. She simply turned back to the window, her breath fogging the glass. They'll come in threes, she said quietly. Always. Scouts first. Then the judger. Then the alpha. Marina stepped closer. What do we do? Sophia turned, and for the first time, Marina saw her hands had begun to shift. Barely, but enough. The nails longer.
Thicker.
Her skin rippling with tension beneath it. We prepare, she said. And we pray they don't find us before I can control it. Control what? The shift, she whispered. It's harder when I'm close to you. The scent of you, the bond, it triggers everything. I've kept it at bay for years because I avoided you. But now, you smell like the moon. Marina blinked. What does that mean? It means your soul is tied to mine, she said. And that means my wolf recognizes you.
Craves you.
Protects you. She closed her eyes. Wants to claim you. Marina's breath caught. Then let it. It's not romantic, Sophia growled, stepping forward, her body taut like a bowstring. It's violent. It's sacred. It's irreversible. If I let it happen, if I mark you, there's no hiding ever again. Not even death would sever that bond. Then mark me, Marina said, voice trembling but steady. I don't care. You should, Sophia snapped. Because once I do, you'll be part of this world. My world. Their world. And they'll hunt you not as an outsider, but as mine. A traitor to their kind. And I'll never be able to keep you safe again. Marina didn't flinch. I'm not safe without you. For a second, everything stopped. The storm outside, the ticking of the clock, the pain between them. Then Sophia's expression shattered. I've tried so hard, she whispered. Every day. Every year. I stayed silent. I buried it. I watched you fall in love with other people, laugh like it didn't break me. I told myself this bond was one-sided, that I could ignore it. But you couldn't, Marina said. Because it wasn't. No, Sophia said, her voice a ghost. It never was. They stood like that for a long time, the storm casting shadows against the walls. Then Sophia moved.
Slowly. Purposefully.
She opened a drawer in the kitchen and pulled out a small leather bag, worn and faded. From it, she pulled 3 vials of ash, a curved blade, and a piece of dark cloth. What is that? Marina asked. Protection, Sophia said. Or the closest thing to it. Are we really doing this? Marina whispered. Sophia looked at her. We already did. Just as she spoke, the power flickered.
Once. Twice.
Then went out. The apartment plunged into darkness, except for the glow from Sophia's eyes and the flash of lightning outside. And from somewhere, far away, but not far enough, a howl pierced the night. Long, low.
Hunting.
Sophia's breath stilled. They're here. The howl didn't echo, it cut. Sharp.
Precise.
Like it already knew where they were. Marina didn't breathe. She couldn't. Her entire body went cold, but not from fear. Something deeper, something ancient. It was like the sound had reached inside her chest and grabbed something she didn't even know was there. Sophia was already moving.
Fast.
Focused. Stay behind me, she said, voice low and rough. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, you don't leave my side. Marina nodded, her voice trapped somewhere in her throat. How close? Too close. Sophia grabbed the bag, shoved the vials into her jacket, slipped the blade into her boot. We don't fight them here. Not in a closed space. They'll trap us. We need open ground. Trees. We're in the middle of the city. I know where to go, she said. but we have to run.
Now.
Without another word, Sophia pulled Marina by the hand and bolted down the stairs. 5 floors, no hesitation. Marina's legs burned, but she didn't stop. She couldn't. The air felt wrong. Too quiet between lightning strikes.
Too still.
When they burst through the lobby, the doorman looked up, then blinked, confused. For a second, Marina thought he might say something, but Sophia gave him one look, and his mouth snapped shut. They hit the street, rain pouring like judgment from the sky. Sophia moved like she knew every shadow, every street lamp, every path that wouldn't draw attention. They ran. Through back alleys, past shuttered storefronts, deeper into the edge of the city, then into the woods. The second their feet hit the first patch of dirt, Marina felt something shift. The forest wasn't just trees, it watched. It breathed.
It knew.
What is this place? Marina gasped. Old ground, Sophia said. Neutral, but not safe. The pack can't claim it, but they can still bleed on it. Marina's pulse thundered. Where are we going? There's a ridge up ahead. High ground. If we make it, I can ward it, temporarily. It'll buy us time. They ran deeper, branches slicing at their arms, mud sucking at their shoes. But Sophia never stopped, never slowed. The further they went, the less human she looked. Her back straighter, her muscles coiled like a predator's, her breathing even unnatural. Marina stumbled once, and Sophia caught her before she hit the ground. You okay? Her voice was low, laced with something other. I'm fine, Marina breathed. Don't let go. Sophia didn't. They reached the ridge, a sharp incline of stone and earth, hidden by trees. Sophia yanked Marina up with one hand like she weighed nothing. At the top was a small clearing, surrounded by stone markers. Marina stepped into the circle and froze. The air changed. Heavier. Older. What is this? She whispered. Sanctum, Sophia said, breathless. Only wolves can see it. Or those bonded to them. Her eyes flicked to Marina. It recognizes you. Why? Because I do. Sophia stepped into the center, pulled the vials from her jacket, and began drawing symbols into the dirt. Circles. Claws. The shape of a moon broken in half. This will confuse them, she said. It'll blur the bond's signal for a few minutes. And after? After, Sophia met her eyes. We either run again or we stand and fight. You think we can win? No, Marina swallowed. Then why fight? Because they won't take you. Her voice cracked. I'd rather die. Marina moved to her. Slowly. Deliberately. The forest thundered around them, but she didn't care. Then don't die. Live. With me. We'll find a way. Sophia opened her mouth to answer, when a sound shattered the air. Not a howl. A snarl. Close. Inside the tree line. Sophia dropped into a crouch, body low, muscles tight. Her nails were claws now. Her eyes fully gold. And when she turned to Marina, there was no more pretense. You're about to see what I really am. I'm not afraid, Marina said. You should be. Then she changed. It wasn't smooth or beautiful, it was violent. Bones shifting, skin stretching, eyes wild. But even in the chaos, Marina saw her. The real Sophia. The one who had been holding this back for years. The wolf was black. Massive. Its eyes still Sophia's. It circled Marina once, brushing against her legs like it needed to touch her. Then it turned toward the trees. 3 shapes emerged from the dark. Not human. Not fully. The scouts. 1 male, silver-eyed and snarling. 1 female, tall, bones ridged along her back. The 3rd smaller. Faster. Laughing. We smelled the bond, the woman said. Took you long enough. Sophia, Wolf Sophia, snarled. Deep. Warning. Marina stepped beside her. She's not going with you. And who are you, little human? The laughing one asked. The mate? The reason she betrayed blood. The reason she remembered what love is, Marina said. You can't have her. The silver-eyed one stepped forward. She belongs to us. She doesn't belong to anyone, Marina snapped. She chose. The scouts lunged. Sophia met them midair. The clash was brutal.
Claws. Teeth. Blood.
But Sophia was stronger. Wilder. She fought like she had nothing left to lose. Marina stood frozen, heart in her throat, until one of the wolves turned toward her. The laughing one.
Fast.
Coming straight for her. Marina raised the blade Sophia had slipped into her hand earlier. She'd never used a weapon. Never even held a real knife before. But her hands didn't shake. Not when the creature launched at her. Not when she swung. Not when she cut. The blade burned blue. The wolf screamed. And vanished.
Ash. Just like that.
Marina stood stunned, staring at the knife. What the hell? Sophia turned, bloody, panting, triumphant, and saw what Marina had done. Her eyes widened, then shifted back to human, her body returning slowly to the woman Marina knew. How did you do that? She breathed. I don't know, Marina said. It reacted. Sophia looked pale, awestruck. Only wolves or blood-marked humans can wield that blade like that. So, what does that make me? Marina asked, trembling. Sophia stepped forward. It makes you more than they think. The final wolf ran, gone into the woods. For now. But the message was clear. They weren't safe. Not yet. But they had a weapon. They had each other. And something inside Marina had awakened. The night was still breathing. The storm had passed, but the air held its memory. Thick, electric, full of things unsaid. Marina sat near the edge of the ridge, knees pulled to her chest, the blade still in her hand. It didn't burn anymore. Not like before. Now it pulsed softly in her palm, like it recognized her. Or maybe claimed her. Sophia was pacing. Her skin still bore traces of the shift, claw marks on her arms, eyes that hadn't fully lost their golden glow, a tension in her shoulders that no amount of silence could mask. She hadn't spoken in 10 minutes. Not since the final scout vanished into the trees. Not since she saw Marina kill with a weapon meant for wolves. Say something, Marina whispered. Please. Sophia stopped. Her eyes met Marina's, and there was a storm behind them that hadn't passed at all. Where did you get that blade? You gave it to me. No, Sophia said, voice sharp. I handed it to you. But it should have rejected you. That blade burns the skin of any human who touches it. It should have turned your hand to ash. Marina looked down at her palm. Nothing. Not even a scratch. So, what does it mean? Sophia walked toward her, slow, controlled. It means either you're not fully human, or someone marked you without my knowledge. Marina's heart dropped. Marked me? There are ways, Sophia said. Old rituals. Blood magic. Binding a human to a wolf without consent. It's illegal. Dangerous. But it happens. Especially if someone wants to claim a mate who wouldn't survive the transformation. You think someone did that to me? I don't know. Her voice softened, but her hands were shaking. But we have to find out. You've been protecting me all these years, Marina said. But maybe you were protecting the wrong part of me. What if I'm not the one in danger, Sophia? What if they are? Sophia's eyes narrowed. Don't say that. You don't know what you're playing with. And neither do you, Marina snapped. I've felt strange for years. Dreams I couldn't explain. My body reacting to the moon without knowing why. Every time you were near, something in me burned. And I thought it was just love. But maybe it was more. Sophia knelt in front of her. What are you saying? I'm saying maybe I wasn't just waiting for you all these years. Maybe I was changing. Sophia's breath caught. Then we need to go, she said. There's someone who might know. A witch. She lives beyond the river. She helped me when I first escaped the pack. If anyone can read your blood, it's her. Marina stood. Then let's go. They traveled fast, this time through deeper woods, under cover of darkness. Sophia never let go of her hand. Not once. There was no room for silence now, not when the danger was so close, not when everything they thought they knew was unraveling. Around dawn, They reached a crumbling house tucked into the hillside, wrapped in vines and silence. Sophia knocked twice, then 3 times. A pause. Then the door creaked open. A woman stood there, barefoot, with gray eyes that looked through Marina like glass. "I knew you'd come," she said. "Both of you." "We need help," Sophia said. She touched the blade. The woman's eyes flicked to Marina. "Show me." Marina held out her palm. The woman touched it. Her fingers were cold and dry. Then she gasped. "Oh, gods." "What?" Sophia demanded. "What do you see?" The witch stepped back, her face pale. "She wasn't marked by you. And she wasn't born wolf. But she's not human anymore." "Then what is she?" Sophia asked. The witch looked at Marina. "She's a latent. A sleeper. Your bond didn't just awaken a connection. It awakened her. Whatever she was meant to become, it's happening now." "Can it be stopped?" Marina asked. The witch shook her head.
No.
"But it can be shaped. If you resist it, it will burn you from the inside out. If you accept it, you may survive the transformation." "What transformation?" Marina whispered. "You were never just a mate," the witch said. "You were a mirror. Sophia's other half, created to hold what she couldn't carry alone. Her wolf sought you because her soul needed you. You weren't chosen by accident. You were made for this." Sophia's expression crumbled. "You knew." "No," Marina said, voice breaking. "But I felt it. All along. I thought it was heartbreak, but it was hunger." Sophia reached for her hand. "I'm sorry." "For what?" "For not telling you sooner. For letting you believe I didn't want you. For trying to bury something that was never mine to control." Marina leaned into her touch. "Then don't hide anymore." The witch cleared her throat. "The judger will come at sundown. He always does. He'll test the bond. And her blood. If he senses weakness, he'll kill you both. But if Marina begins to change before that, if she shows power, he might retreat. Or call the Alpha." "And if that happens?" Marina asked. "Then war," the witch said simply. They left before noon. Back into the forest. Back into the unknown. But this time, Marina wasn't afraid. She could feel it now, something stirring under her skin, something alive. And she knew Sophia felt it too.
They stopped near a stream to rest.
Sophia sat close, their shoulders touching, her body still tense. "I'm scared," she whispered. "So am I," Marina said. "But I'd rather face this with you than live 100 lives without you." "You don't know what I'll become," Sophia said. "Neither do I," Marina replied. "But I know what I want. You." Sophia turned to her. "We shouldn't. Not tonight. Not with what's coming." Marina reached for her face. "Then let it come." Their kiss this time wasn't desperate. It was deliberate. Like claiming. Like choosing. And the second their lips met, Marina felt the power snap into place again. Not like before. Deeper. Stronger. The earth responded. A surge of heat ran through her spine, and she gasped into Sophia's mouth. "What was that?" she whispered. Sophia pulled back, eyes wide. "Your body's reacting. Your wolf. She's waking up." "Then don't stop," Marina breathed. "Let her wake." The wind rose. The trees shifted. And far in the distance, just as the sun began to set, a new sound echoed through the forest. Not a howl. Not a growl. A voice. Cold. Ancient. Final. "The judger is here." The forest fell silent. Not a natural silence. Not the kind that comes between wind gusts or bird songs, but a dead, suffocating stillness. The judger was near. Sophia rose slowly, her eyes already glowing, her body tense, protective. She scanned the trees like she could smell the threat before it revealed itself. Marina stood too, heart pounding so hard it felt like it echoed through the clearing. She could feel it, that strange new pulse inside her, something half asleep and restless under her skin, something not quite human anymore. "Stay behind me," Sophia whispered. "Whatever happens, don't speak to him. Don't meet his eyes." "Why not?" "Because that's how he reads you. Through fear. Through truth. He'll know everything you try to hide. The trees parted without warning. No footsteps. No warning growl. Just sudden, suffocating presence. He stepped into the clearing like smoke given shape. Tall, thin, unnaturally still. His face was pale, drawn, lined with scars that looked self-inflicted, like penance carved into flesh. His eyes were solid black. Not angry. Not curious. Just empty. Judging. He said nothing for a long time. Just looked at Sophia, then Marina. Then he smiled. She changed you. His voice was low, almost a whisper, and yet it seemed to vibrate through the trees. I can smell it on you. You reek of her. Sophia didn't move. She's not yours to judge.
No, he said. She's yours.
That's the problem. His eyes shifted to Marina. Come forward. Marina didn't move. Sophia growled. She doesn't answer to you. She does now, he said calmly. The moment your bond awoke, her soul fell under our jurisdiction. I only wish to see her. You want to test her, Sophia snapped. You want to break her. The judger tilted his head. I want to understand. If she is truly awakening, then she poses a threat far greater than you do. Exile. Marina stepped forward. I'm not afraid of you. Marina. Sophia reached out, but she stopped her with a look.
No.
He came for answers? Let him see. The judger's smile widened. Very well. He raised a hand, and a shadow slid across the clearing, cold and thick like fog, but heavier. It wrapped around Marina like vines, testing, probing. She felt it in her blood, her lungs, her bones. She gasped, dropped to one knee, but refused to look away. You burn, he whispered, but not from fear, from something else. He stepped closer, his fingers ghosting near her cheek without touching. Your soul has been kissed by wolf and moon.
But there is something older in you.
Something buried. Marina forced herself to speak. Then dig. The judger's eyes narrowed. And then he struck. Not physically. Not with claws or blades. But with something deeper. A mental invasion. A psychic blade of memory and feeling that drove straight into her chest. Pain bloomed. Not physical, but emotional. Every moment she'd ever cried for Sophia, every night she'd whispered her name into a pillow and received silence. Every rejection. Every unanswered message. Every ache of loving someone who refused to look back. It hit her all at once. Tears slid down her cheeks. Not from fear, but from truth. But then it shifted. Something inside her twisted and fought back. Her blood surged, hot and silver, like it didn't belong to a victim, but to something ancient and angry. Something that had teeth. The judger reeled back. Staggered. He looked at her again, this time with something close to confusion. Maybe even fear. You're not a latent, he said. You're a vessel. Sophia froze. What? Her blood doesn't just carry your bond, the judger whispered. It carries legacy. He turned to Sophia, eyes narrowed. Who was her mother? Her mother died when she was 5, Sophia said, voice shaking. Human. Quiet. Kind. Wrong, the judger hissed. She wasn't human. She was hiding. He looked back at Marina. You are the descendant of the Silver Line, the blood that was banished. The blood we were ordered to erase. Marina blinked. What does that mean? It means you are more than a mate, he said. You are a threat to the entire order. He turned to Sophia. You bonded with forbidden blood. You've broken the sacred law. I didn't know, Sophia said, voice breaking. I swear. It doesn't matter. The judger stepped back. The alpha will come. Then let him. Marina snapped. I'm not afraid of him either. The judger smiled one last time. You will be. And then he vanished. No footsteps. No fade. Just gone. Marina dropped to the ground, shaking. Sophia caught her instantly, holding her like she'd fall apart. I'm here, she whispered. You're okay. I've got you. Marina clung to her. What did he mean? What's the Silver Line? It's legend, Sophia said. A bloodline of wolves who could bond with the moon itself. Not just feel it, control it. But they were hunted.
Killed.
All of them. Except me, Marina whispered. It must have passed down. Hidden. Waiting. And now it's awake, Sophia said. Inside you. They didn't speak for a long time. Just sat there, tangled together on the forest floor, the weight of the revelation sinking deep into their bones. When Sophia finally spoke again, her voice was soft. You have a choice, Marina. What choice? We can run. Hide again. Or you can let the change finish. You can become what you were born to be. But once you do, there's no going back. You'll never be fully human again. And if I don't, the alpha will kill you. And me. Marina looked up, her face pale but sure. Then I change. Sophia's breath caught. You do that. For you? Marina said. I'd burn the world. And as the last light of day disappeared behind the trees and the full moon crested the sky, Marina felt it, her blood responding. The shift had begun, and nothing would stop it now. The moon crested like a blade above the treetops, full and blinding, flooding the forest in silver light. Marina's breath hitched as she dropped to her knees in the clearing, her body shuddering with something too big, too ancient to name. Her skin was hot.
Burning.
Her blood churned like it was alive, like something beneath it was pushing to get out. Sophia was beside her instantly, arms around her, holding tight. You're okay. You're with me. I've got you. But she didn't know if that was true anymore. Because Marina wasn't just shaking. She was glowing. Faint at first, a shimmer beneath her skin, but it spread like wildfire. Her spine arched back, mouth open in a silent scream as the transformation took hold. It wasn't like Sophia's had been. Violent, yes, but graceful in a way shaped by instinct. This was different. Wilder. Her body fought it. Her soul welcomed it. It was pain and ecstasy all at once. Sophia, her voice was ragged, panicked, but still hers. It hurts, oh God. I know, Sophia whispered, brushing the sweat from her forehead. I know, baby, I'm here. Marina clutched her arm like she was the only thing tethering her to reality. Don't let go. Never. Her bones cracked. Skin rippled. But she wasn't shifting into a wolf. Not yet. Not fully. This wasn't a normal transformation. Her nails elongated, yes. Her muscles stretched, yes. But her eyes, they turned silver, bright as starlight, and when Sophia looked into them, she felt it in her soul. The bond.
Alive.
Expanding. Not just between wolf and mate. Between equals. Marina was becoming something more. And Sophia didn't know if the world was ready. Marina screamed again, her back arching as light exploded from her chest like a flare. A pulse of energy rippled through the clearing, knocking leaves from trees, shaking the ground beneath them. Sophia shielded her with her body, heart racing. It's okay, she kept whispering. You're doing so good. But inside, she was terrified. Not of Marina, never of her, but of what this meant, of what the alpha would do when he felt it. And he would feel it. There was no hiding this power. Sophia, Marina gasped. Something's wrong. What is it? I can hear everything. Her voice was distant now. The trees, the ground, the moon.
You.
That's the bond.
No.
It's more. She looked up, and tears streamed down her glowing face. I feel you inside my bones. Sophia froze. Those words hit her like lightning. What? You're in me. Every heartbeat. Every thought. Like we're not two people anymore. Sophia cupped her face, trembling. That's because we're not. Their foreheads touched. The light between them softened. You're mine, Sophia whispered. And I'm yours. Whatever happens next, we face it together. For a moment, the transformation slowed. Marina breathed again, her body settling into a new shape. Not fully wolf. Not fully human. But herself. The silver line reborn. Then the wind shifted. A howl broke the sky. This one was deeper. Older. a sound that froze Sophia's blood and made Marina flinch. He's here. The alpha? Sophia nodded. We don't run.
Good.
Marina stood, still unsteady, but glowing with quiet fury. I'm done running. They didn't have to wait long. The trees parted, slow this time, with reverence. And he stepped into the clearing.
Tall. Dark.
Hair the color of ash, eyes like molten gold. His presence was unbearable, magnetic. The forest bowed around him.
Alpha.
He looked at Sophia first. You were warned. I don't take orders from you anymore.
No, he said.
But she will. His eyes shifted to Marina. Silverline, I felt your awakening. Even death couldn't silence your kind. Maybe that's because we were never meant to be silenced. Marina's voice was calm, but thunderous beneath. You're an abomination, the alpha said. You and the exile both. You don't get to decide what I am.
No, he said.
But I get to end it. He stepped forward, and Sophia stepped in front of Marina instantly, growling, shifting fully now, her wolf form rising between the alpha and the woman she loved. You'll have to go through me. Gladly, the alpha said. But before he could move, Marina raised a hand. The light from her body surged again, stronger, focused. No, she said. You fight me. The alpha laughed. You think your blood makes you strong? No, Marina said. Love does. And then she unleashed it. Not claws, not teeth, but energy. A silver wave that pulsed from her core, wrapping around Sophia, protecting her, shielding her. And then it hit the alpha. He staggered back, snarling. What is this? Truth, Marina said. You feel it now, don't you? The bond, the power, the line you tried to erase. I'll destroy you, then try. He lunged, but this time she didn't flinch. Marina moved with speed she didn't know she had, and Sophia followed her lead, both of them fighting together, like pieces of the same force. Claws met claws. Light met shadow. And for the first time in centuries, the alpha bled. When the dust settled, he was on the ground, wounded, gasping. This isn't over, he hissed. No, Marina said. But you are. She didn't kill him. She didn't have to. She had proven something stronger than any kill, that she belonged. That their love was stronger than fear. The alpha vanished into the trees, defeated but not gone. Not yet. Sophia collapsed beside Marina, panting, staring at her like she was a miracle. I don't know what I am, Marina whispered. But I know I'm yours. Sophia pulled her into her arms, holding her like she was life itself. You always were. The moonlight washed over them both, and for the first time in years, they weren't hiding. They were becoming. Together. They didn't speak for a long time after the alpha vanished. The forest had fallen quiet again, but it wasn't peace. It was the silence that follows something sacred being broken. Marina sat on the edge of the clearing, knees drawn to her chest, arms wrapped tightly around herself. She wasn't shivering from cold. She was shaking from what she felt inside, the aftershocks of power, the pressure of something ancient now alive in her blood. Sophia hadn't left her side. Not once. She sat close, not touching, but always near, close enough that Marina could feel the warmth of her skin, the safety in her presence, the hum of their bond like a second heartbeat. You're still glowing, Sophia whispered finally. Marina looked down at her arms. The silver shimmer was still there, faint now, but undeniable. I don't know how to turn it off. Don't. Marina blinked. Why not? Because it's beautiful. She said it without hesitation, without fear. And Marina's heart ached in that quiet, ruined way that only came from loving someone for too long without being allowed to show it. You're not afraid of me? She asked. Of what I am now. Sophia turned to her, eyes soft and fierce at once. I'm only afraid of losing you. Marina exhaled, a laugh and a sob tangled together. You already did. For 8 years. Sophia flinched. I know. You broke me. I know. Marina turned, finally facing her. But I never stopped wanting you. Not even once. Sophia's eyes closed for a second, like the words physically hit her. I wanted you every day, she said quietly. I watched you from a distance and begged myself to look away. Every time your name came up in conversation, I had to leave the room before I said something that would give me away. Every night, I sat in silence hoping that you hated me, because that would have been easier than the truth. What truth? Marina whispered. Sophia opened her eyes. That I loved you. And I still do. The air between them shifted. No magic this time. No battle. Just silence. Just heartbeats. And everything they'd refused to say for almost a decade unraveling at last. Marina leaned forward first.
Slowly. Carefully.
Like crossing a line she'd waited her whole life to reach. Sophia met her halfway. The kiss was soft this time. No desperation. Just need. Slow.
Deep.
Endless. When their lips parted, Marina whispered, Then show me. Don't hold back this time. Marina, please. The word came out like breath, like prayer. I want all of you. Sophia didn't ask again. She kissed her like it was the first time, and the last all at once. And Marina melted into her, hands tangled in her shirt, pulling her closer until there was no space between them. They moved like they'd been waiting years to remember how. Clothes fell away, not rushed, but reverent, like touching each other was something holy, something forbidden finally made sacred. When Sophia kissed down Marina's neck, her shoulder, her chest, it wasn't hunger. It was worship. And when Marina arched into her, whispering her name, it was a surrender, not to weakness, but to truth. They made love on the forest floor, under the silver eye of the moon, bodies entwined, souls locked. The bond pulsed between them, not magic, not blood, but something stronger. Something only they could feel. After, they lay tangled in each other, skin to skin, breath to breath. Marina traced lazy patterns over Sophia's bare shoulder, watching how the moonlight danced on her scars. I used to imagine this, she whispered, all the time, and I hated myself for it, because I thought you'd never let me touch you again. I dreamed of it too, Sophia said, her voice heavy with emotion. But I couldn't risk it. I thought silence was safer than love.
It wasn't, Marina said.
It broke us. Not anymore, Sophia whispered. We're whole now. For the first time since the night began, Marina felt peace. Real peace. The kind that didn't beg to be protected or explained. The kind that came from knowing that no matter what happened next, she had finally been seen. And loved.
Completely.
But peace was never meant to last. As the first rays of morning light touched the edge of the clearing, the wind shifted again. This time, it carried words. Whispered.
Distant.
Threatening. Surrender or die. Sophia sat up instantly, eyes darkening. The order. Marina sat up too, still wrapped in Sophia's arms. They sent a message? They always do. Before they strike. What does it mean? It means they've summoned a tribunal. They want us to come willingly, to stand trial. But they're not looking for justice. They're looking for punishment. Sophia nodded. They'll demand your blood. And mine. Then we don't go. If we don't, Sophia said, they'll come. And this time, it won't be 3. It won't be the alpha. It'll be all of them. Marina's hands curled into fists. Then we don't wait for them to come to us. You're thinking war? I'm thinking truth. I want to know who I am. Who my mother really was. I want to know what the silver line left behind. Sophia's eyes widened. You want to go to the ruins? I want answers. It's dangerous. So is silence, Marina said. We've tried hiding. We've tried running. Now we find out what we really are. Together. Sophia stared at her for a long moment. Then she nodded. Together. And as they dressed again, as they packed what little they had, as they prepared to cross into lands even wolves feared, Marina knew 2 things with absolute certainty. First, she would never be afraid of herself again. Second, the woman walking beside her, hand in hand, wasn't just her mate. She was everything. They traveled at dusk, when the sky bled pink and gold, and the shadows stretched long behind them. The ruins lay north, deep in the part of the forest no one dared speak of, where the silver line once lived, ruled, and was erased. Sophia had never been there. She'd only heard the stories. Whispers passed from wolf to wolf, warnings to never step near what remained of that cursed bloodline. But Marina's blood hummed like it recognized the direction. Like the trees parted for her. Like the earth remembered her footsteps. Neither of them spoke much. There was too much to say, and none of it could be said yet. Marina walked ahead, her hand brushing the bark of ancient trees as if she were greeting them. And Sophia followed, eyes always scanning, heart always watching. But it wasn't danger she feared this time, it was truth. After hours, the forest opened into a clearing choked with silence. Stone pillars, broken and scorched, stood like the bones of a temple long forgotten. At the center, a circle of ash, untouched by time or nature. The ruins. Marina stepped into the center, her breath catching. "I've dreamed of this," she whispered. "Since I was little. I thought they were just nightmares. But this place, I know it." Sophia stood at the edge, unsure if she should follow. "What do you see?" "Not see," Marina said. "Feel." She knelt, placing her hand over the ash. And something answered. A pulse. A voice. A memory. Her body jolted. Her eyes went wide. And Sophia ran to her, dropping beside her, hands already reaching. "Marina?" But Marina wasn't looking at her. She was looking through her. Her voice was distant, layered with something else. "They didn't die. They were betrayed." Sophia froze. "What?" "My mother," she wasn't running from the order. She was running from her own mate. One of them. Marina's hands trembled as she touched the ashes. "He sold her out. Told the order where the silver line lived. All for power." "Who was he?" Marina's breath caught. "The Alpha's father." Sophia sat back, stunned. "Then the war wasn't justice," Marina said. "It was genocide, and they covered it with law." The wind picked up. The ashes stirred, and a ghost of a voice swept through the stones. "Blood remembers. Blood reclaims." The words hit Marina like lightning. She stood, taller somehow, stronger. Her eyes glowed brighter than ever, not just silver now, but laced with something darker, something older. "It wants to come back," she said. "The line. Through me." Sophia rose slowly. "Is that what you want?" Marina turned to her. "I want the truth to be seen. I want them to know we never disappeared, we survived. And I want to fight. Not for revenge. For us. For every moment they stole from us. For the years we could have been together." Sophia stepped closer. "Then I fight with you." "No," Marina said. "You fight beside me." She reached out, took Sophia's hand, and placed it over her heart. "Because whatever happens, we end this together." Sophia looked into her eyes, into that glowing, furious light, and for the first time, she felt it not as a bond, but as destiny. "I love you," she whispered. "I should have said it years ago. I should have never left. I was so afraid of losing you, I didn't realize I already had." "You never lost me," Marina said. "I was always yours. I was just waiting for you to come back." They kissed again. Not soft this time. Not careful. This was fire. This was two people who had bled for love, burned for it, and were finally ready to fight for it. When they pulled apart, Marina's eyes narrowed. "They're close." "How many?" "All of them." Sophia nodded. "Then we make them see." They left the ruins as dawn crept in, the sky streaked with blood-orange light. They didn't run. They walked. Straight into the open. Waiting.
And the order came. Dozens of them.
Eyes wild. Teeth bared. Led not by the Alpha, he stood in the back, wounded, afraid, but by the tribunal. 3 elders.
Robed. Cold.
Unforgiving. The center one stepped forward. "You've broken every law." I've broken your silence, Marina said. And I'd do it again. You threaten the balance of our kind. Your kind killed mine. You are not wolf. I am more than wolf, Marina said. I am the memory you tried to erase. Then you will burn for it. Marina stepped forward. So will your lies. Light flared around her. The ash from the ruins had soaked into her skin, into her blood, and now it answered. Silver fire. Power older than rules. Older than the tribunal. The wolves advanced, but stopped when Marina raised her hand. And Sophia stood beside her, in full shift, her eyes gold, her growl deep and deadly. The tribunal hesitated. Kill them, one of the elders hissed. But no one moved, because in that moment they felt it, the bond, the truth, the legacy. Marina was not just a threat, she was a beginning, a return. And they were afraid. We're not here to die, Marina said. We're here to change everything. Sophia bare her teeth. Try to stop us. The standoff held. Then, one by one, the wolves lowered their heads. Even the alpha, not in defeat, in recognition. The tribunal stepped back, shaken. Their power was breaking. And Marina knew the end was coming. But it wouldn't be their end. It would be a new start. Tomorrow, she said softly to Sophia. Tomorrow, the world changes. And Sophia took her hand. As long as you're in it, I'll be alive. The world didn't end in fire. It ended in silence. Not the kind that came from fear, but the kind that came when the truth had finally been spoken, and everyone was still trying to decide what to do with it. Marina stood at the center of the clearing, the ash of her ancestors still clinging to her skin like a second soul. Her hair was windblown, her eyes steady, and the power she carried was no longer flickering like a flame unsure of itself. It was solid, rooted,
Real.
Sophia stood beside her, still in wolf form, tall and black and golden-eyed, her body humming with the wild energy of the bond. The wolves had circled them, but none dared move. Not yet. Not since they'd seen what Marina had become. Not since they'd felt it. The legacy they'd tried to destroy now alive and pulsing in front of them like a second moon. The tribunal stood at the edge of the line.
Pale.
Unmoving. And angry. This ends now, one of them hissed. It ended years ago, Marina replied. You just didn't want to see it. You carry cursed blood. I carry truth, she said. And it's stronger than your fear. You would turn the order into chaos. The order is chaos, Marina said. You killed my people. You exiled the woman I love. You taught generations to silence themselves in the name of obedience. But I'm done being quiet. The elder stepped forward, cloak whipping in the wind. Then you'll be silenced. He raised his hand, and the wolves tensed. So did Sophia. But Marina didn't flinch. If you attack, she said calmly, I won't fight you. I'll free you. Confusion rippled through the circle. What are you talking about? You've been chained to the past, Marina said, raising her voice. To a version of history that was rewritten in blood. But I remember. My blood remembers. The silver line wasn't cursed. We were chosen. Our bond with the moon wasn't a threat. It was a gift. She stepped forward, the ground beneath her glowing silver. And I'm here to return it to all of you. The tribunal elder snarled.
Lies.
Manipulation. No, Marina said. Look around you. No one's moving. No one wants this fight. Her eyes swept across the circle of wolves. You feel it, don't you? That pull. That ache. That hunger you've buried under laws and fear. You want to be more. You were more. And I can give it back. The elder's voice rose. No one wants your corrupted magic. But a voice cut through the silence. Not Marina's. Not Sophia's. One of the wolves. I do. Another spoke. Then another. So, do I. We were lied to. I remember the stories. The way they burned the women who glowed like the moon. The tribunal turned, stunned. Wolves were breaking rank, stepping forward. And then, like wind knocking down a line of ancient trees, the circle broke. The wolves moved, not to fight, but to kneel, One by one, heads bowed, not in submission but in recognition. Marina looked at them, eyes full of something like sorrow. I don't want your loyalty, she said. I want your freedom. You choose what comes next. Not them. Not me. She turned to Sophia. You told me once I'd never be safe with you. But you were wrong. I've never felt safer than when I'm beside you. Sophia shifted back, body glowing, breath ragged. I would have died for you 100 times. I would have burned in silence forever if it meant you'd live. Marina touched her cheek. Then live with me. No more silence. No more running. Only love, Sophia whispered. Only us. Their kiss wasn't for show. It wasn't for the pack. It wasn't for legacy. It was for them.
Raw. Real.
Final. When they parted, the tribunal was gone. Vanished into the woods, their power shattered by the one thing they'd never planned for. Unity. Days passed. Then weeks. And the world changed.
Slowly.
The order fractured. The wolves reorganized, not under dominance but under choice. The old ways began to fall. And in the center of it all, Marina and Sophia built something new. Not a throne. Not a kingdom. A home. Hidden deep in the forest, where moonlight always touched the walls and ash lined the foundation like a blessing. They lived there, together, not as fugitives but as founders. As mates. As soul-bound warriors who had refused to let fear win. Some nights, when the air was soft and quiet and the stars hummed above, Sophia would watch Marina from the window. Watch how the light moved across her skin. How her body still glowed in moments of joy, of anger, of love. And Marina would turn, catch her staring, and say, You're still afraid I'll disappear, aren't you? And Sophia would reply, Every second. And Marina would smile and pull her close, then hold me tighter. And she did. Always. Because they had walked through silence. Through exile.